What's your name?
Gary Doran.
All right. Gary, where are you from?
I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. Raised in California.
L.A.? Were you in
Yeah,
L.A. when you were a kid?
Yeah, grew up in L.A. before there
I'd
were
like to hear
freeways.
how you came to, what's your faith stories
How I
like?
came to find Jesus, and it's kind of an interesting story because I was not raised really religious. My grandmother was Lutheran, Swedish, spoke Swedish, and we lived with her for a while. And when she would take us to church, it was always a hellfire brimstone. My mom was divorced, and you know how that went back in the 50s. That was not easy. And so a lot of church sermons were, you know, not proactive about divorced women, and so it made it hard for me as a kid seeing my mom being upset in church. So I just said, I'm not going to church. I'm through with church. I won't do this anymore. And until I was 30 years old, with 2 children of my own, I was diagnosed with a disease similar to Lou Gehrig's disease and given 2 years to live. The interesting part of this is my first wife was Jewish. And that's, of course, she being Jewish and me being nothing, we just really didn't do religion. But she had a girlfriend who was Christian, and her girlfriend said, "Oh, I'd like you to meet my pastor sometime. I think you'd like him." And my wife invited him to come to our house one day. And the guy showed up. He sat down, we just started talking, and you know, he just, I don't know, got through to me, and it was like, okay, I've been a good guy, I've been a nice guy, I haven't hurt anybody, I've done all the normal things, but
All the things people say.
then you're like, yeah, and all the answers you give, yeah, you've been good, I haven't hurt anybody, I've not done anything nasty, I've been a really nice guy and all that, and he said, yeah, but that's not going to help you if you want to get into heaven and stuff, and I was like, oh, never even thought about any of that. Pastor took me. So we started going to his church, and then he invited me to go with him for a weekend away, and to a ranch up in East Texas that some friends of his had, and we went for the weekend, and we just talked a lot, prayed a lot, and you know, I learned a lot from that, and I accepted Jesus and said, you know, I'm his, and whatever his will is fine, I take care of me. And he prayed over me for healing, and a couple weeks later I went in for a checkup, and the doctor said, something strange happening here, it's not progressing, it's regressing. And a few months later I went back in, and they said, you're healed, there's nothing wrong with you. You know, it's a miracle he did it, and you know, I have that to really thank him for it. At this point, that's what I'm looking for again. And
yeah, and you say you're looking for it again because we started from your faith story,
yeah,
and kind of moved forward. What are you looking for now? What's going on now? What's going on?
Well, I have stage 4 esophageal cancer, incurable, and it's metastasized into my lymph nodes on the left side of my body, all through my stomach area and up into my ribs and my back. And the doctors have said I have 6 months to live if I don't do chemotherapy or radiation. If I do those, I might live 2 to 4 years. But, you know, it'll be pretty hard times and a lot of illness and sickness. So I've decided, you know, I'm going to just count on the Lord to take care of me and heal me, and homeopathically try to take the things that I need to fight this and get this cancer out of my body. All my faith is in the Lord. It's, you know, His will be done, and He'll either heal me here or heal me later by taking me away. But I'm at peace with whatever He does because I love the Lord and I want to do the best.
Maybe the most concise way you could say, this is what I have, this is what I'd like for my kids to have? What is it?
I have total inner peace. I have total faith in Jesus. I have total faith in the afterlife that He's going to give me. And I just, you know, I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of leaving. I would like to see my grandchildren grow up. I'd like to be at their weddings and things like that. But if that's not the case, I'll see.
For I know the
plan.
plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future.
And that's been my motto for a long time. That's why I have this sitting right
it's
there
sitting
in
right
front
there
of
in the
me.
kitchen.